Hello, Paulo Leite here, record collector, and today I have something very, very special for you. I am a huge fan of Motown, and not just Motown, I love all the music by Motown, Philadelphia Records, Stax, and all of those things. But we're here to talk about Motown instrumentals. As you know, the Funk Brothers was the group that played on most of the, or if not all, of the Motown hits from 1959 to 1972, when Motown left Detroit and went to Los Angeles. And this is a collection of CDs that was released between 2003 and 2005, so roughly 20 years ago. This was the result of a deal that the Singing Machine Corporation struck with Universal Music. The Universal Music, obviously the big group that owns the Motown catalog and the brand. And as a result, they released these CDs. We all know karaoke, right? They usually are those plastic-sounding, horrible imitations and reproductions by sometimes talented, sometimes most of the times very untalented people, usually with plastic instruments and those Casio, Yamaha, horrible, it's shit, you know that. But not these. These are incredible recordings. Universal Music, Motown, went through the masters again and removed only the singing, the voice of the artist, leaving the entire recording untouched. And the result are these beautiful, beautiful 18 albums. They were released, the first batch of 6 were released in 2003. Then the second came in 2004. And the last 6 in 2005. So this was roughly 20 years ago. And these are beautiful albums. And many of the famous classic Motown songs, they are represented here. Indeed. These albums have become incredibly collectible over the years. They are very hard to find. You can find them on eBay. You can find them on Discogs for sale. Sometimes they will show up used on Amazon. None of them they are a print, obviously. This deal between the Singing Machine and Motown was very, very short-lived. By then, at that time, 2003, 2004, there was no streaming. So all the music was in CDs. For those who are old like me, still remember the beginning of the century, and just so you can understand this better, the Singing Machine has evolved into an app in recent years, and the versions that they have on the apps are not these. So they're not these. They are the cheap plastic stuff that we listen in bars at the pit of whatever city you are. So these are only found, I think, on these CDs. These beautiful these original versions. So over the years, I bought all the collection. Plus, I kept on buying because I knew they were going to be highly collectible. So I ended up with the entire collection in triplicate. So I won't bother with this. It's silly. So I have the entire collection here with me, so you can see. And let's explore it a little bit. So here you see, so the first 6 albums, they cover lots of stuff. So as you can, one of the beautiful things about these albums, as you can see here, for example, they have the same set of 8 tracks. So 8 songs. Here in this case, Dancing in the Street, Martha and the Vandellas, I'll Be There, Jackson 5, Bernadette, beautiful song by the Four Tops, Baby I'm For Real, the originals, Baby Love, the Supremes, of course, Please Mr. Postman, the Marvelettes, How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You, Marvin Gaye. Can you imagine the beauty, the value of these recordings? The tracks of My Tears, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. So they have the first 8 tracks. What you have is actually beautiful. You have the entire instrumental on the left channel, and then you have only the voice of the artist on the right channel. So it's incredible. It's an incredible way for us to properly admire the artistry, the beauty of the singing artist. And we're talking about here the creme de la creme, right? Marvin Gaye, Diana Ross, Gladys Knight, the Temptations, the Four Tops, the Supremes, Michael Jackson singing. Oh my, I'll be there. So you can hear on the left channel the entire instrumental, and on the right channel just Michael Jackson's voice. And then what you get on the next set of tracks from 9 to 16, you have the full stereo instrumental with no voice at all. So they call this multiplex with lead vocals. So on the, like I said, on the left channel, the instrumental, and on the right channel, just the voice isolated. And then on the next set of tracks, we have the same tracks, the same 8 tracks, with stereo, just without the lead vocals. Absolutely stunning. Back then, these CDs, they come with some technology inside them that you would put them on the singing machine players, and then there would be the lyrics appearing on screen, which I'm sure is great for karaoke. Which means that each one of these tracks, they have a small pause of 5, 6, 7 seconds before they start, because there used to be a screen with the title of the song before the song starts. But that's the only thing that you have here, is just this 5 seconds silence before the beginning of each song. But you can truly see that this is incredibly interesting and beautiful to watch. Those instrumentals by the Funk Brothers are incredibly complex, and it's interesting that here you can listen to them in their own on their complete splendor. So this one with the Jacksons. But every album was a mix of artists. So there was no album dedicated to only one artist. So here you have ABC, My Guy, Mary Wells, beautiful song, of course. What Does It Take, To Win Your Love, Don't Mess With Bill. Papa, oh my God, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Well, this is not the long version, of course. This is the radio edit. In many cases here, you see some of them are radio edits, of course. Nobody would spend 12 minutes, 11 minutes singing Papa Was a Rolling Stone on a karaoke, sadly. But yeah, so Ooh Baby Baby, Smokey Robinson, beautiful. This is one of my favorite songs. Neither One of Us Wants to Be the First to Say Goodbye. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. You see Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. This is just the cream of the crop. So this one also, My Girl. So here we have My Girl, Never Can Say Goodbye, Jackson 5, Quicksand, Martha and the Vandellas, You Really Got a Hold on Me, Can I Get a Witness, Shake Me, Wake Me, Back in My Arms Again, What Becomes of the Broken Hearted, beautiful, beautiful song. So as you can see, they're all amazing albums. There are two albums that were a little bit different, and I'll show them to you. This was this one. This was volume 12, and this is a duets collection. Let me show you. So it has here It Takes Two, Marvin Gaye and Kim Weston. If I Could Build My Whole World Around You. If This World Were Mine, beautiful song by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. So beautiful stuff. This one also, With You I'm Born Again, Billy Preston and Syreeta. Beautiful, beautiful. And you have the instrumental on the left channel, and their voices on the right channel, and then the instrumental on track 16. Stunning. And the other exception is the last album. This one is the Motown Christmas album. So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Temptations. So all of those beautiful Christmas songs from Motown, they're also here. So these albums, they appear. You can find them sometimes, like I said, on eBay or Discogs, some of these albums are incredibly expensive, up to $100 or more. I've seen a few of those for $200, and you can find them still today. They're incredibly expensive, and many of these are simply not available anywhere, because I know it because I have searched for them. I was always trying to build myself a fourth collection. But there we go. One more thing. Years ago, Universal Music released this album. This is the soundtrack for a documentary that was made, I think, in 2002, called "Standing in the Shadows of Motown." It was a great documentary about the Funk Brothers, and they released the soundtrack. And then Universal released this deluxe edition with two records, with two CDs, two discs, and it contains more instrumentals. These are some of these songs, like for example, you can see it here. For example, "My Girl." It's the track number 7 on the disc 2. It's also here on this collection, but there is a difference. On this soundtrack, the versions, they are not just, they didn't remove only the voice of the artist. In this collection, in this album, they actually they released these tracks they took more than just the voice. Some of these are the full session of the song, which means they are longer and they finish as the musicians stop playing, which is also amazing, stunning in a way. There's also here another song that does that, is Bernadette. You see here on the first album, on disc 1, Bernadette instrumental. It starts with a long solo of bass, unlike the released song. And this is it's a completely different way. Here you can appreciate some unedited versions of these instrumentals, but which means that this album is also a very great buy, an incredible buy. And I didn't, oddly enough, I didn't see the documentary until some 10 years ago, and that's when I got crazy about the soundtrack, and I actually found this one in London when I was visiting, and I got it immediately. But here are these instrumentals. So they're incredible albums. They are absolutely stunning and highly collectible, and I think you should, if you enjoy Motown, you should try to listen to these albums or buy them, because they are fabulous. Truly amazing. So here are some more of them, so you can see. Oh, this one has Super Freak, Rick James, and also this one has Super Freak, Cruisin', Reach Out and Touch, Diana Ross, What's Going On, Marvin Gaye. So incredible collection. This one has 3 Times a Lady, the Commodores. How about that? Love Hangover, Diana Ross. This is, of course, the radio edit, not the long version of the album. Still beautiful. So stunning stuff. This one here, Easy, the Commodores. So stunning. Well, there we go. I think this is an incredible collection. Don't forget, visit record shops, buy albums. Music is life. Thank you very much.